Hello, folks. Coach Mo here. I'm talking today about cyclones and pandemics and what the cruise industry has done over the years to prevent mayhem is going to help you in your career. I know that sounds like a stretch, but here's the thing. The Queen of Metaphors is here live for your inspiration. I am Coach Mo Fall. I am America's kick-ass career coach, creator of the Kick-Ass Career Workshop, and helping soul-powered women gain in their careers freedom, independence, autonomy, feeling like they're helping the world in the right way, all with promotions, salary increases, new jobs, no matter what the economy is doing. Let me say that. No matter what the economy is doing, all without working harder, all without playing office politics, all without being inauthentic. As a matter of fact, what we do is all about helping you come into your authentic power. If you're a professional woman who knows you deserve more fulfillment, more recognition, and heck, more satisfaction in life, you're in the right place. Listen in with this lesson, this weekly lesson I have for you. And I don't say lesson as in, talking down about it, but I want to expose a real business truth and how it applies to you. And hello there to all of my clients who are listening in. If you are not a client, be sure to let me know who you are and where you are tuning in from. If you feel like your career is lost at sea, just drifting in the middle of the ocean with no direction, or maybe you feel under attack at work, like so many of my clients, like you've been battered by tidal waves, a mean boss, a mountain of work, zero recognition, no appreciation. Maybe your salary never goes up. We talked to a woman on a clarity call last week, 10 years, no salary increase. Come on, bosses, do better than that. And perhaps you're stuck at the same level, like a woman who just joined our workshop last week, same level for over 5 years. She's ready to do something different. And hello to Erin in Seattle. How are you doing? So if your salary doesn't go up year by year, if your title, your ability to contribute greater doesn't go up over the next 2 to 3 years, or if it hasn't in the last 2 to 3 years, just hold on, because you need a plan for the future. You need to understand what businesses do when they're not going well. And perhaps you're at those higher levels in business and you know what I'm talking about. But if you're tuning in, chances are your career is not where you want it to be. And you are the one who gets to decide if you are satisfied or not. I hope you haven't gotten to the point that I did before my breast cancer, where I was thinking this is it for me. Even though I had aspirations of playing at a higher level, making more money, being a higher level contributor, I sort of had this little voice saying, well, Mo, maybe that's all that you're cut out for. And I didn't want to settle for that, but I kept having conflict. So what I saw happen during the pandemic with the cruise industry, which, by the way, I love cruises. Why do I love cruises? Because you can go to multiple destinations without having to pack and unpack. I love the convenience. I've been on cruises in the Mediterranean, the Baltic, a lot of them in the Caribbean, being in South Florida. I love going on cruises, and they are one of the most logistically organized events as possible. Yes, your salary might be going up, but inflation is, and your company's profits off your time are probably going up too. That's right. So it's time to claim yours. Your salary increase and your next level all depends on you. You're in the driver's seat. So the cruise industry, here's what they did, and here's what they do. So if they have a massive hurricane out in the sea where their ship is, they don't change their entire course. They make slight adjustments. So if there's a cruise ship going to St. Croix, and St. Croix is having a massive storm, they can't come into port, they don't ditch the route completely. They stay on itinerary, but they make a shift. That's an important thing to recognize in your career, because so many women we talk to on our complimentary career clarity calls, they're like, this accounting thing's not working for me. I think I want to go bake bread for a living. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Don't get too off course when the C's are not what you want them to be. It doesn't take a massive total redo to get you back on course. Your soul is probably burnt out. Your nervous system is more than likely frayed and fragile. So any move that sounds like what you're currently doing may indeed trigger a greater trauma pattern for you. And you'd be like, no, no. I'm going to tell you what the cruise industry did during the pandemic. And I want you to take notes because this applies to you. And I've weathered storms in different companies, in different industries. Heck, I was running my coaching business through the pandemic, and I had to steer the ship in a different way and have another level of certainty. There were many businesses who could not sustain or maintain during the pandemic. And I'm not blaming anyone or saying anyone did anything wrong. What the cruise industry did was phenomenal. And again, I want you to take notes on this. Your career is just like the cruise industry during a pandemic. And we don't even have to be through an inflationary or recessionary time like we temporarily currently are. Notice the word temporary. The pandemic was temporary. The recession of 2008 and 9 was temporary. All things change. So what the cruise industry did was they had certainty of their industry. They said, people are going to come back and cruise. We're certain of it. And their level of certainty about who they are and what they were all about and how their business model was allowed them to go out to the marketplace and to get people to invest in them. While their ships were mostly not making money, they were able to get investors to call out corporate bonds to fuel their operating expenses while they were not sailing. And how did they do that? With the absolute certainty that the cruise industry was coming back after the pandemic. They didn't look at the pandemic as the complete death knell. Now, there was one cruise company that I'm aware of that actually had one of their cruise ships possessed because they owed money to creditors, and they didn't do the right thing to pivot and to gain funding from the outside. So most cruise industry executives got other people to believe in them and invest in them to hold them stable to the tune of billions of dollars, investing in their certainty, investing in their future. What if you did that for yourself? What if you decided, it's been a little rocky here, I haven't quite gotten where I want to go, I better invest in myself. I better invest in this ship because I know that there's more ahead. I know that there is more that I can do. That's the first thing they did. The second thing that the cruise industry did, and I love this, they wanted to come back as soon as possible, obviously. What they did is they retooled how they pass out food and the sanitation procedures on their ships. They basically redid policies and procedures to make things better for sanitation, no matter what's going on in the world. So what they did is they made themselves better in a vulnerable piece that they were then suffering from. So if you've gotten laid off from your job, or if you think you might be on that bubble of layoffs, a lot of companies are cutting some staff now as an indicator to the stock market that they're actually doing something about this. So it may be sort of signatory and not really effectively business reasons. Either way, you may be at the whim of your company deciding to cut down your department, decrease headcount. So now is the time to make yourself better. Yes, increase who you are and how you are at the workplace. You don't want to be on the bubble next time layoffs come around. So become more indispensable, add more value. And I'm actually not suggesting that you get another certification or another piece of education, although if that's really what you want to do, feel free. What I'm saying is become a better you. Become a better version of you. That is higher value, because chances are, if you're like the nearly 10,000 women who we've spoken to on clarity calls over the past 7+ years, you're probably overeducated and underemployed. Most women are now the PhD owners. The law school and the medical schools are all graduating and finalizing terminal degrees, more women than men. And that trend has been over the last 10+ years. You see, women are finding that their educational credentials, they thought they would help them lift in their career. And what we're finding is it's still causing a lag in not only earnings, but also progression in the career. There's more men at higher levels with bachelor degrees than women with master's degrees. Men with master's degrees are outpacing women's earnings by 40%. No, you don't need a 6th degree, Facebook user. I can't see your name. So here's the thing. You got to just do a better you. You don't need stuff on the walls. You don't. You need to be a better version of you. And if you've been traumatized by a toxic boss, work environment, overworking yourself, burnt out, frazzled, if you are depleted, if all you do is work, come home, or maybe you are at home working, and collapse at the end of the day, and you got nothing left, that isn't a way to live. So do what the cruise industry does. Number 1, invest in yourself, especially when times are rough. Number 2, be better in what you do and how you do it. Your current industry, your current professional expertise, education, and experience is probably more than you need. So be a better version of you. Here's the next thing that cruise industries did that they're pretty darn good at. Being a customer of 5 or 6 cruise companies over the years, I will tell you that one of the things that they do well is marketing. Yes, you got to get out there and market yourself. I would say 90% of the women who we've worked with, they don't like talking about themselves. They don't like boasting about their achievements. As a matter of fact, many of them can't even really see their achievements because they've been so beaten down and depleted for so many years. They can't even see their genius. One of our awesome ladies in the workshop has just recently realized what a great chip engineer she is. She sort of knew it, but she wasn't treated that way at work. So even though she designed some fabulous chips along her many years at her employer, she didn't really feel that she was all that. Now she was coming out of a traumatic marriage. She's sharing custody of their son, and she's having a bit of anxiety and stressors around her personal life as well. And we often see that that really enhances the downside of any work. It increases the storm, if you will. So we go from having this pandemic to adding a couple of hurricanes if you've got personal transitions and crises that are going on as well. The death of a parent or a loved one over the last couple of years may be part of what you've been moving through. Here's the thing. Everything that you need to do and be to be better is all about you making decisions. Number 1, to invest in yourself. Number 2, to become more of who you are and to realize that you're probably overeducated and underemployed. So cut out the extra education and get yourself up-leveled with what you've got. Number 3, in order to wrap all of that together, get out there and promote and market yourself. There is so much that you can do and be in the marketplace today in order to get the attention of people who would employ you at the higher level. And let me say this, if you want a 20 to 30K leap in your earnings, and this is about average of what we help our ladies do in the first move in the 12 weeks, some of it's been actually 45, 50. This year we had a gal have a 90K increase job to job. The way we do that is by helping you talk about your achievements. If a recruiter calls you about a new job, a higher level job, and you can't easily articulate what you bring to the table, who you are and how you can help them, you're not going to be moved ahead. If you're stuck as a doer, you're not going to be moved ahead. And if you're overworked and don't have anything left, chances are you don't even want to go look for another job because all you're thinking is how much extra work that is. And you're overwhelmed already and your nervous system is going to shut down. When we work with our women who are overwhelmed and depleted, we help them bring their soul back to life, which is the internal energy, the thriving juice of who you are. Without that, I don't care how great your resume is. I don't care how great your LinkedIn strategy is. Without your soul being powered back up and being back online and in line with who you are, you're not going to excite anyone about being at the next level. You're just not. That is the truth coming from helping over 1,500 women over these past 7+ years in up-leveling their careers. And face it, my journey of being a career coach and helping women power up their souls to land their dream job came when I learned how to do it for me. After my breast cancer diagnosis, after getting my breasts cut off, after going through that physical, scary, life-threatening trauma, I realized that I was leaving something behind when I went to work. I realized I was leaving the best part of me. Actually, the part that excited me about being me. I was leaving her behind. Sometimes I was leaving her tucked in to the book I was reading before I would go to bed. Some spiritual or personal development or leadership book. I was tucking that better part of me off to the side as I was drifting off to sleep. And I would leave her between those pages. Off I go to work in my suit and my persona, leaving behind that deeper, more emotional truth of who I am or who I was as a human being. Breast cancer was about the only thing that could have really gotten my attention those days because I was very busy at work and I didn't have time for anything, even though I had a coach. I had a coach since the year 2000. And I've had different coaches along the way. And I got to tell you, the time I was able to spend at home recovering from my double mastectomy was the time I really went deep enough into my soul to realize that there's a wonderful, awesome cheerleader, trainer, people lifter inside. And I had left her at home. I had left her at home because I'll tell you why. That wasn't the welcome part of being an executive. Being an executive is about staying on track with budget, staying on track with KPIs, staying on track with the agenda. I helped grow 2 really massive national healthcare organizations in the last 2 roles I had as a national director and as a chief operating officer. I was all go. But when I brought my soul into that all go, I was able to be authentic. I had more energy. I had more thriving energy. I totally, and thank you for your comments, ladies. I totally owned who I really, really was or am at a deep level. And you know, when I left corporate America in 2008, no, that's my breast cancer. I left corporate America in 2014. I knew that what I wanted to do, the passion I had, was to help other women lift their souls and lift their careers in ways I saw them not being able to do. Women had left themselves on the sidelines all my career. Even if I would want to up-level and promote them, like, I don't want to. It's going to be too much work. No, I don't really want to do that. Or the women who I literally helped up level and promote who no one else was up leveling and promoting because they needed maybe a little extra hand, a little extra mentoring, which I was happy to give. And I'm super excited and happy that one of my awesome vice presidents retired last year, and she and I got a chance to meet again in person after like 7-8 years. And it was so gratifying that she said that her best years of her career were with working with me, and she was retiring to be able to enjoy being a grandma and just being able to enjoy retirement. Here's the thing. That's what you're going to look back on when you retire. You're going to look back on who you were and how you were with others. And if you're spending your work days depleted and sort of being a sourpuss and irritable, look, I've been there. I can get a little irritable still. The bottom line is this. We have one life to live as far as we know. And the best version of you comes from being soul-oriented. All of the women who we've worked with started with a complimentary career clarity call. Why? Because it's important that we understand whether we can work with you, whether it's the right fit, whether what's going on with your career is something that we can fix. And I'm going to tell you this, there is an investment involved. There is a better you involved. There's work to retool the inside of who you are so that you can then promote and talk about yourself to your future employers in a new way, in a way that totally shifts the conversation. So many of our current grads over the last couple of months have stayed in their organizations because things began to shift when they started bringing their soul back to life. As a matter of fact, one of our gals wants me to give a proposal to her boss because her boss says, if this is what happened to you over these last 12 weeks, let her do work with me. And I definitely owe you a proposal. So yes, cancer was my big wake-up call, and it doesn't need to be yours. You don't need cancer to get yourself into your soul, to get yourself into that level of your thriving energy. You don't need cancer. I did. It's not necessary. We've helped more women who have responded to a Facebook ad or a Facebook Live like this one, and they have booked their complimentary career clarity call, mofall.com/live clarity. Your soul knows the truth, and that is that you're not where you want to be, and you are not thriving. If you are thriving, please comment below and tell us what your secret is, because it may indeed be some of the things that we help our clients with. I know that our clients who are following our soul-powered system are thriving and showing up in ways that they have either never done or haven't done for years. So the cruise industry teaches us a lesson today, and I really want to get that lesson out there. Invest. During hard times, you must invest in yourself. Number 2, work on you. Work on you being the best version of you. And number 3, you got to promote yourself to get people's attention, to bring the business back to your career, to bring the interest, the value, and the compensation. You got to be a promoter. And that doesn't mean being inauthentic at all. As a matter of fact, so many of our beautifully introverted clients who are in finance, tech, engineering, attorneys, they are some of the best promoters because they have found their alignment. They have found their alignment, and they're able to talk about their wonderful attributes, achievements, and why they would make such a great match for their future employer. When you're able to promote who you are to the right people, you're going to get the customer, and that is a great employer. That's what the cruise industry has shown us over the last 2.5 years of some of the most difficult terrain that we have traveled as human beings on this planet. It has indeed been a very difficult time over the past 2.5, nearly 3 years now. It is your shot to invest in you, to do a better, bigger job on the inside out, and to promote yourself in a way that is aligned with your achievements, your skills, and your talents. It's the time for you, and I am calling you forward, calling you into your personal growth because it is the thing that will work. It is the thing that will work no matter what's going on in the outside world. When you become a better you, when you know how to talk about yourself, when you can impress the future employers, you're going to win. And you're going to win bigger than you probably ever know. Now, you may not know how to do this, and I understand that. You can absolutely follow our system. But the only way for us to know if we're a match as to what's going on with your career and what we do and how we help our clients shift into their souls and become a bigger, better version of themselves is by booking that complimentary career clarity call. And that is at mofall.com/FB live. mofall.com/FB as in Facebook live. And that will indeed give you all of the shifts that we're talking about. If you would like to speak directly to one of my coaches, it's mofall.com/live clarity. Book your time, talk to a coach this week, own your truth about the fact that investing in yourself and becoming a better version of you is the absolute answer to your career not working in the direction that you want it to work. Thank you. Seriously, now's the time. Now that you're still working from home and can create the space for your career, future you want. Thank you very much. That sounds like a client of mine. And I'm super, super happy to have all of my clients who visit me on my Facebook Lives. And for those of you who are not clients, what are you waiting for? It is your time to heed the call of difficult waters in order for you to own your next level. Be successful. Be more successful than you are today. Claim it for yourself. Your soul wants that. Your soul wants growth and expansion. It's the nature of your soul. And if you're not growing and expanding, you're feeling lousy. Plain and simple. And if you're feeling lousy, that's likely what's going on. You're not expanding at the soul level. You're not creating more, expanding and contributing to the level that your soul knows you can. Let's make it happen by having that absolute career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. We will talk to you then. One of my coaches is standing by to make sure that we can help you out and see if we can find you the way. Yes, be the captain of your own cruise ship. Rock on. That is the way to say it. Can someone work directly with you? Erica, if you book a complimentary career clarity call and you're the right fit for what we do, you will absolutely work directly with me. It's just not on the clarity call. I can't do those anymore. I am busy coaching our clients to higher and higher levels. So absolutely, you will work with me and my entire team. You will absolutely have the opportunity to work with me if it's the right fit. And the way we find that out is on that complimentary career clarity call. So Erica, go ahead and book yourself a call, talk to one of my coaches, and we'll see if we're the right fit. That's mofall.com/live clarity. And if you're the right fit, I look forward to working with you and helping lift your soul and your career to new heights, to greater seas, to greater destinations. Let's make it happen. Let's make this a great week. And remember, this week, focus on, am I investing in myself? Am I upgrading myself from the inside out? And am I promoting myself to the right people so that I will get ahead? That's what the cruise industry did. Learn from them. They're a very successful industry, and this is what we do with our clients as well. mofall.com/live clarity. And oh boy, thank you very much. Everyone who joins really does get opportunities to work directly with Coach Mo. Thank you very much, Dr. Kat, for all of your comments and your appreciation. I love every one of you. Have a great day, a great week, and let's up level.